Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Thai honorary consulates as well as Consulates-General. And I'm making this video, I've actually made another video very similar to this one some years ago, but this is coming up in the context we were discussing. There was information posted on the Thai consulate in Los Angeles' website regarding the possible increase of financial requirements associated with retirement visas. And the reason for this video is I got a lot of feedback, some of it negative, and some of it was negative, but it came from a genuine place. And I actually got a couple of different messages of people that once it was explained to them, and what I'm going to explain here, they said, oh, hey, I didn't think of that, sorry for kind of coming off a little strong. When I put this stuff up, I saw some correspondence that said, hey, consulates are they're not the same as embassies. They're run by, oftentimes, old folks that are, they're a person that was appointed and they're a local and they may not even have a major operation. They just are kind of an ad hoc representative of the sending nation. It's not, a real organized operation. Yeah, that is true for honorary consulates, especially Thai honorary consulates, and I've done videos on this before. Some of the folks that have been, and we've dealt with, that are honorary consuls in the United States, they can be quite characters. Unfortunately, some of my favorite folks that we dealt with passed away over the years in different states. But long story short, and this trend was occurring before we saw this situation with this pandemic. But yeah, the Thai immigration apparatus was phasing out the visa functions of honorary consulates, and they are no longer, as a practical matter, at least in the United States, issuing visas. Now, there may be some honorary consulates in certain jurisdictions that are still doing things, probably because there's no alternative, but for the most part, presume honorary consulates, although they may still exist, may not be a viable option with respect to visa application. Again, this will probably differ by country. I'm primarily talking about the U.S. here. Now, back to the point at hand where we were talking about this, and I think somebody thought that they had erroneously posted something on a website. It wasn't true, but it was somebody that was kind of, in a sense, kind of an amateur consul, not a professional, not a full-time consul. Well, Consulates-General, as is the case for the Thai consulate in Los Angeles, are not honorary consulates. These are staffed by Ministry of Foreign Affairs personnel from Thailand, and they have, rank under the Vienna Convention. They have consular rank oftentimes, although they may, depending on their circumstances, have diplomatic rank as well, and not to go too far into that side of things. But long story short, for example, the Thai consulate in Los Angeles, that's a consulate-general, and that is a consulate that's operating directly under the direction of Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So to sort of think of them as, oh, well, maybe you don't need to listen to that because they're not as up to speed on things, that's not really the way to look at it. Consulates-General are, much like embassies, they are, I hesitate to say direct, because I guess they're all direct in one sense, but they are the professional cadre of consular officers and diplomatic staff stationed in the United States, in this case when we're talking about the U.S., but stationed abroad and sent directly by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Thailand.